Good morning, everybody. I came to start trouble today. Good morning. Green Bee said, I'm broke. Listen, we gonna talk about it. Listen, y'all. Melania, Brittany, Steven, Embrace the Grace. Black Lady, how are you? Maya, what's going on? Green Beans, I see you. Jasmine, how are you, honey? I know I said your name wrong. How you doing, sweetie? It's good to see you. We gonna do what it do. Yes, thank you. This is the Raggedy Hair. Okay, the Raggedy Head Wrap Fund. Okay, anybody want to donate to the Raggedy Hair Fund? Please, you can do it in the comment section. Hey Shay, what's up, baby? We gonna do what it do today. I want y'all. We gonna dissect some foolery. The title of this nonsense is "Modern Woman Said Black Men Better Take the Deal." Okay? Black men better take the deal from Vice President Kamala Harris, because that's the best deal they gonna get. Okay? That's the best deal they gonna get. So we gonna go into the foolery. Shout out to Anton Daniels because he dissected this. And so I want y'all to hear this brother do what it do. But before we get started, okay, good morning, boss man. How are you, my dear? And I love the way you was dropping those gems last night, sir. You were doing the damn thing, as usual. You was doing the damn thing, okay? And I agreed with you because both parties should take accountability, sir. You are correct. So now, this is what it is. This is what we're gonna do. Before we get into the show, okay? Before we get into the show, commercial time. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualified purchases, okay? As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualified purchases. Below the title, you will see the link, okay, for Amazon. All right. You will see the link for Amazon. And the link there is called Beats Pill. Y'all know those little speakers, right? Okay. So you don't have to buy what's there. You could just go through that link and do your regular Amazon shopping. Okay. Shout out to Amazon for doing the damn thing. All right. And let's get into the foolery, everybody. Okay. Don't forget that link, though. Don't forget that link. That link is in the description. Amazon link is in the description. It's right at the top. You can't miss it. Right under the title. Okay? Let's get into the foolery. So, black men are being told that they are foolish. They don't know what they're doing when it comes to voting. Black men are being called foolish, uneducated. They don't know how to pick a president. Now, could it be because they are not voting the way that their sisters vote? Could that be? Could it be that they are deciding to go another way? So since they are wrong, this is what people believe, that they are wrong. So since they are being labeled to be wrong, foolish, and uneducated, okay, since they have been put, these labels have been put upon them, okay, by black women who are in the community that believe that their own brothers are foolish, because they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Trump is not the only person that is on the ballot. He's not. Now, Democrat and Republican are the cool kids on the ballot. I keep telling y'all that. They are the cool kids on the ballot. But you also have other people that is on the ballot. So if they don't want to vote for Harris, or if they don't want to vote for Trump, there are other people that are there. So they don't have to continue They don't have to continue to just say, well, I'm just going to vote Democrat and it is what it is. I want to share something with y'all that is very painful that a lot of people don't understand. Say you have a son. Let's talk about it. Because this is the uncomfortable truth that we never want to mention. Say if you have a son and you're doing your best to raise your son. There's only one. I'm talking about a man. He has one son. And he wanted to marry the mother. The mother didn't want to marry him. Okay? So she had this boy. And he wanted to be in this child's life. But the mother said, well, I get this, that from the government. So I don't need you. Okay? I don't need you. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be able to raise my baby on my own. Okay? So now this woman turns around and hits him with child support. Because now the government is ready to reap. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. So now the government is ready to get some of that money back that they've been giving the mama. Okay? So now they come after the baby daddy for money. Because they have been supplying this woman with food stamps and everything like that. They have been supplying this woman with cash assistance and all these things. They have been giving this woman money because of that child. Can you imagine? The government supply all these things, and so because she went up there and told them, my baby daddy ain't shit. My baby daddy ain't never was shit. My baby daddy will never be shit. So she went up there and told these people that. And so they gave her the assistance. And so now the government decided, well, I'm going to come after this man. Mind you, in this man's heart, he just wanted a family. He wanted a family. Because there are some black men out here that they don't want to be baby fathers. They want to be husbands. Okay? They want to be able to raise their child in a safe home. Okay? So now, good morning, 18. How are you, baby? So now, can you imagine one day this young man wake up, the son wake up, go to his mama and say, well, mama, I love the way you dress. I love the way you smell. I love the way, all these things about his mama. Okay? He loved his mama. So now he begins to mimic the mama. He begins to sometimes put on the mama dress, put on her shoes, put on the makeup and stuff. And so when the mama is around her friends, you see the boy come out. And he'll be sashaying with mama dress on. Got mama makeup on, put mama wig on in her shoes and everything, and come out in front of the mama and her friends. And so what happens is mama and her friends laugh. Oh, baby, oh my goodness, you look so cute, this and that. And so now the boy is like, oh, my mama wasn't mad with me that I put on a dress. She wasn't mad with me that I wore her wig. She wasn't mad with me that I put her makeup on and I put her perfume on. My mama wasn't mad with me. Now, can you imagine if the young man grew up in a home where the father was dominant? The father ruled the household like he's supposed to. Every man is supposed to rule their kingdom. Okay? So now, say he came down there like that and the daddy was home. Okay? The daddy lived with him. First thing daddy gonna do is not even encourage that stuff. He gonna say, take it off. Take it off now. You are a what? What is the father going to say? You are a what? What is the father going to say? You are a what? What is the father going to say? You are a boy. You're not supposed to wear that. Correction needs to be made. A correction needs to be made. If you have a daughter who she's wearing her daddy's suit, she put on her daddy's shoes, and she say, "Daddy, look at me, come downstairs. Daddy, look at me, look at me." The father will immediately say, "Go upstairs and take that off. Go upstairs and take that off. You do not wear my clothes." "No, Daddy, I just want it." No. Because this is the thing. When a male presence is not in the household, right? We gotta listen, we're gonna call a spade a spade. When the male presence is not in the home, there's not a lot of structure inside the home. It's not. There's not accountability inside the home. Now, check this out. You can have men that live inside the home, but I'll share something with you. If he doesn't know that he is king, he will let her run all over him. If he doesn't understand that he is king, the wife will run all over him. And so now the children had a male presence in the household, but there was no structure, and the king didn't know who he was. This is the uncomfortable truth. When we sit up here and we want to glorify something that does not make sense, we damage our own. We hurt our own. A correction needs to be made. But without the king being in the household, okay, without a king mindset being in the household, a lot of corrections are not done. A lot of correction is not done. Green Beans is right. A lot of men was forced out of the home too. And when we have 80% baby mothers and 40 or 44% baby fathers, what does that mean, boys and girls? That means, my sisters, we have been sleeping with the same men. This is why Pookie and Rere are dominant in the black community for having 10 to 15 children. One guy was even bragging he had about 40 kids one time on IG. Because Pookie and Rere bloodline is dominant in the black community. This is the uncomfortable truth. No accountability is given. No accountability is given at all. Can you imagine a father who wanted to be in his child's life, who wanted to reign in his kingdom? He wanted to reign in his kingdom. Okay? He wanted to build a foundation with this woman. But this woman turned around and said, "No, I'm going to do what I want to do." And that is what it is. Okay? And then one day he finds out that his only son, he don't have no more children. His only son decides to close his bloodline. What do I mean when I say close his bloodline? What I'm saying is that this man, this boy that has turned into a man, has decided that I am going to be in love with the same sex. So now he has closed the father bloodline. He has closed the father bloodline. The father is not thinking about having any more children. The father said, I only wanted to have one. And now this said child that he tried to pour into, but he had to be just a weekend daddy, that his legacy is gone now because this child said, I'm going to love the same sex. Can you imagine how this man feels when he looks at his son and he knows he's going to love his son no matter what? Because that's what we do. We love our babies no matter what. We love our babies no matter what. Furious, thank you for the $5 super chat, baby. 3 dudes had 90 kids total in Tennessee. I believe you, sir. I believe you. Green Beans, thank you for the $5 super chat. Green Beans said, too many laying their sword and shield down. This is the truth. This is the uncomfortable truth. And so now the family's bloodline is gone. The father, his bloodline will not continue because the son has decided that this is the life that I have chosen for myself, and that's it. Can you imagine? This said father wanted to be in his child's life, wanted to govern over this child, wanted to build a foundation with this child's mother. But this woman said, I will not be governed by me. You will not tell me what to do. You ain't going to tell me what to do. I'm a strong black woman, and I'm not going to take your mess. Because that's what we do. That is what we do. That's what we say. Okay? You're a strong black woman until all hell break loose. Then no longer you're strong. Okay? You're no longer strong then. So now, this is what happened. So now she decides she doesn't want to be with this man. And he wants to be with his family because he wants to see his child become great. He wants to see the legacy continue on. Corey Joe, baby, thank you for the 8-month membership. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you. So he wants to see his lineage continue on. Leonard, how are you, honey? How do I see you? Want to see his lineage continue on, but because of the woman that he's with, okay, the woman that he is with. Thank you, Corey Joe, for giving the membership to Malik. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. So, I'm just trying to look at something. Okay. I thought I was wrong. I'm sorry, Corey. So, this is the uncomfortable truth. The father bloodline is decimated because of the decisions that he made and the decision that the mama made. And for the mama uplifting the behavior in this child. Now I want to share something with you. Every human being is going to be what they want to be, regardless of whatever you say to them. They're going to be what they want to be. But as they are growing up as a parent, aren't you supposed to give this child some structure? Are you supposed to give this child blueprint of how life is supposed to go? Now, when they get grown and they do what they want to do, then okay, so be it. Good morning, Mr. He said, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. Yes, yes. Grace said, thank you for supporting the content and the raggedy hair. No, the raggedy head rap fun. Thank you, baby. I appreciate y'all. Please make sure you donate to the raggedy head rap fun. I appreciate y'all. So this is the uncomfortable truth. This man lineage is gone because of the decisions that the mama has made. This man lineage is gone because of the decisions that he made, because he's supposed to know who he laid down with. Okay? He's supposed to already understand if this was a hoe or a housewife. He was supposed to understand that. Okay? So both play a part in that and the upbringing of this boy. And so now the father is not thinking about having more children, because the child he raised and instilled and instilled teaching in, he thought this weekend teaching was enough, that the child would just grow up and say, all right, I'm ready to continue my father's lineage. But there are some children that break their father's hearts and say, I want to love the same sex. There are some children that say, I want to love the same sex. And I ain't throwing no shade. You decide whatever you want to be. That's your business. You decide whatever you want to be. But we're talking about how Black women, my sisters, how we uplift foolery when it comes to our children trying to show us something. How we agree with nonsense even though we know that this does not make sense. And now let me land. This is why I went through all that whole scenario, is because it must be the money. It must be the money. When y'all can get out here and tell Black men that you are foolish, you are uneducated, you don't understand when a deal come down the pipe for you, you don't understand when a deal come down the pipe for you, that this deal that Kamala Harris has put out, this is your saving grace. They don't understand that this is a Hail Mary being thrown from the Democratic Party. They don't understand that. Why now? Okay. Good morning, Loss. Why now do we think that this makes sense when all the while they knew that they were going to have a problem with Black men? They knew this. They saw it early in the polls that there was a problem with Black men. So now let's throw a Hail Mary out there. So I'm going to give you money and I'm going to give you weed. That's what I'm going to give you. Mind you, this is the same party, because Black people are waking up now. Somebody had woke Black people up. And you know what I think it is? I think it was C-19 that woke Black people up. I think it was C-19 that woke Black people up. And so a lot of Black folks won't go back to sleep. I'm one of them. Now, I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm not. There's other people on the ballot. You have your local elections you got to deal with. I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm not. But what I'm saying is that Black people have woken up and they're tired. They are tired of watching foolery happen. They're tired of them being chosen last. They're tired of people making jokes of them on social media, Sonny, I'm looking at you, on social media calling them crazy black men. Sonny, only how you can fix your mouth to call black men crazy black men is because nobody is with black men. Black men are holding the line by themselves. They're holding the line by themselves. Their sisters are not behind them. You can mention the Caucasian men. You can mention the Cuban men. You can mention the Latino men. And you don't have no derogatory word behind them. But you got to say crazy black men. So the Caucasian men who vote for Trump is not crazy. The Hispanic men who vote for Trump is not crazy. But black men who vote for Trump is crazy. And don't nobody think nobody sound an alarm for that. She singles out black men, and social media rides with that. Because you want to know why? Black women single out black men. We single out our own and call them stupid and uneducated, and you're not a good father. You know what I'm saying? You don't take care of your responsibilities. And we single out our own men and disgrace them. So this is why you have women from other races that can come up here and say black men are crazy. That's why you can have other women come from different races and say, black women are crazy on national TV, and don't nobody say nothing. Don't nobody say nothing. Don't nobody say she. But I'm going to share something with you. You won't go tell no Caucasian woman that. You won't get up there and tell no Caucasian woman that her men are stupid, that they're uneducated, and they crazy. I'll be damned you ain't gonna tell no white woman that. I'll be damned you ain't gonna tell no white woman that. You ain't gonna sit up there and tell her men is crazy. They uneducated. They ain't good fathers. They men ain't shit. I be damned you ain't gonna tell no Caucasian woman that. I be damned if you tell a Latino woman that. I be damned if you tell a Mexican woman that. I be damned if you tell a Haitian woman that. I be damned if you tell an African woman that. But an African American woman, you can tell her men ain't shit. You can tell her that though your men ain't good men, they don't take care of their kids, they out here selling drugs and everything like that. You know. They ain't never was good, they gonna never be good, and all that other stuff. And black women will sit there and they say, That's what they say. So this is why it is easy for Barry. Shout out to President Barack Obama. This is why it is easy for Barry, aka Barry, to come out and tell black men, y'all better get in line. Y'all better get in line. Because y'all out here trying to vote for Trump, you crazy. So black men crazy now. They crazy. You don't want to take the deal for Kamala Harris, you crazy. Kamala want to give you money, and she want to give you weed. If you don't take it, you crazy. You better get out there and get that deal. You better get out there and get that deal, because ain't nobody gonna give you no deal like that. You better get out there and get that deal. Because that's the only deal you going to get from a sister. You don't want to see a sister rise. You don't want to see a sister rise. Y'all black men can't stand black women. You want to see a black woman fall. That's why you can't take a woman being president. Mind you, black men voted for Hillary Clinton by like 81% though. About 81% though. But they don't want to see a woman become president. Now, it could be they voted like how I voted. It could be that because I was assuming that Bill was going to run this bad boy. So it could be that. That's why they voted like that. This is the uncomfortable truth we don't want to hear. Okay? I believe that men smell that snake in the water. I believe that black men smell the snake in the water. That's what I believe. That's what's going on. Because there's too many stories coming from her camp. There's too many stories coming from her camp. They're not being placed well. There's a problem. There's a crack in the wall. And the crack started when she said, now they had erased this whole thing. They had erased this whole thing from social media. I don't even see the video no more. When she sat up there and said, I am the first South Asian Indian vice president nominee. Now I don't even see that video no more. Can't find it at all. I had saved it and the content creator must have deleted it. Can't find it. So this is the uncomfortable truth. Black men are seeing through what is going on. Now, I wish this could have happened when Barack was being voted in. I wish that we would have dug a little deeper into his past to see who he was. I wish that we would have paid attention back then, but we were so excited. We were so excited to have the first black president of the United States of America. Mind you, he is the first African president of the United States of America. No shade at my brothers and sisters from the motherland. No shade at them. But we want a black president so bad that we're going to take everything. We will take the substitute. We will take the substitute no matter what. Because we want to see one of our own be at the helm. We let one of our own, so-called own, be at the helm. Okay? We let one of our so-called, one of us, we thought was one of us, be at the helm. And all he gave us was same-sex marriage. All he gave us was same-sex marriage. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. And so now you have Kamala Harris at the helm, okay? You have Kamala Harris at the helm. And regardless of anything, her policy is in tune with Biden. And this is the uncomfortable truth. Biden should not have been president either. He should not have been president either. But because Bernie Sanders is not a part of the cool kids club, Bernie Sanders is not a part of the cool kids club. He did not get picked to be the president. Now, does Bernie Sanders have all the qualifications to be the president? He does. But Biden is a part of the cool kids club. And he brought Kamala Harris along. Now, this is the uncomfortable truth. Nobody cares to hear a word from VP Harris. Nobody cares to hear a word from VP Harris. If we're telling the truth, only why she made it there is because Biden chose her. And Barack co-signed Biden being the president. And so we still was color struck. Okay, because y'all don't want to come out and say the truth. Y'all trying to say I'm bashing people and this and that. And then you pay me, you just give me $1.99 just to say something when you could have just wrote something in the chat. That didn't even make any sense. But I'll take your money. Thank you. The uncomfortable truth is, we rather see, no matter what this person do, we just want to see a person of color in the White House. No matter their background or what they have done, we want to see them. Even Trump as well. No matter the background or what he has done, you just want to see him in the White House. If any woman that you want to be behind that made sense, if we really wanted a woman president in the White House, and this is the uncomfortable truth, Hillary would have won. Hillary had an overwhelming support from the black community and the black community, black woman and a black man. She had the overwhelming support from us. But I want to share something with you, my brothers and sisters. Even with the overwhelming support for one candidate, we have about 67%. Even with the overwhelming support, you don't get this person into the White House. You don't. There are other races that have to vote as well to bring this person in. So right now, her numbers with black women are 71%. Right now, her numbers with black men, I believe, are 49%. Very low right now. And it's only because people are checking her history. See, if they would have did that with Barack, aka Barry, if they would have did that with Barack, they would not have been bamboozled. They would not have been bamboozled. Because we want to see a person of color. We want to see a person of color in the White House so bad, we will take anything and everything. We will take any and everything. And so now our sisters are calling our brothers, oh, you stupid. You uneducated. You stupid, you uneducated. You don't know what you're talking about. This is what they're saying about our men. This is what they're saying about our black men. And because black women are not behind our brothers saying, wait a minute, you can't just get up here and talk about our brothers. You can't just call them out their name. You can't be calling them stupid. You can't be calling them uneducated. You know why we're not coming out saying that? You want to know why? Because we're at the helm pushing it. We are at the helm pushing the agenda. This is the uncomfortable truth. We are at the helm pushing the agenda. Good morning, underrated darkness. I see you. How are you? So I see that I have some people in the chat that donated to the channel, and so I will be reading their comments. So, Jonathan, I don't know if I said that correctly. I care to hear from Kamala. You are wrong, sir. That is your prerogative. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Okay. Jonathan says, I'll pay any day to call you arrogant and to call your arrogance or ignorance out. Sir, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Corey Joe said, what's tea time said? What tea time said? Corey Joe, baby, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Corey Joe says for the $2 super chat. Corey Joe says, Kamala is not black. Not black. Wow, Corey Joe. That's not nice. That's not nice. She cleaned greens in a tub. That's not nice, sir. Okay, so now this is what it is. When people come for black men, no matter what race they are, they come for black men. We are not behind our brothers. We are not. We are on the other side saying that's right. Because when Barack came out and was talking to a few good men, okay? Barack came out and was talking to a few good men, okay? And was saying, listen, we got to get the word out. We got to get the word out. Okay? We got to get the word out. Because we need to push this agenda to our brothers. We need to push the agenda towards our brothers. Because when I was running, black men and black women, by and large, voted for me. And I'll share something with you, Barack. Only why we voted for you was that we were color struck. We were color struck. We were blind to the agenda that you had hidden. That it was okay for the same sex to marry. Because secretly we found out, allegedly, that the woman that you were dating in college said that you wrote her love stories of how you had dreams of making love to men. If black men and women in that time would have known that you had letters of this kind of magnitude, you wouldn't have made it into the White House. If they knew actually where you were raised and how you were raised with a silver spoon, and then how you got all this chucking and jiving, acting like us, a lot of black people would not have voted for you. This is the uncomfortable truth. But y'all gotta always act like you're down, like you're poor, you ain't never had nothing. This is how you get the black vote. Lenard, thank you for the $10 super chat, baby. This is how you get the black vote, because I gotta act like I'm down. I gotta play some Otis Redding. I gotta get Stevie Wonder out here. I gotta get Aretha Franklin out here so that you know I'm down with the cause. I'm down with the cause. I gotta let y'all know I smoked a little weed. I did a little pot. I did a little Mary Jane back in the day. I gotta let y'all know that I drunk some beer and this and that. I gotta let y'all know that I was down with the get down, to let you know I'm down for the blacks. But I can't let you know I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I can't let you know that I ain't never go hungry. Mind you, let me share something with you. Not every black person struggled. Some live in beautiful homes in the suburbs. Some live in gated communities. Some have amazing jobs. But because Democrat and Republican, I'm not leaving Republican out, Democrat and Republican think it's okay to stereotype black people all together. Oh no, you got to get down with the get down. You got to get down with the get down. When you hear Trump in here saying, oh, I feel like I'm black because the way I'm being prosecuted. He ain't just get that out the blue. He ain't just get that out the blue. He didn't just get that out the blue. This is why black people voting for me, because we being prosecuted the same. He ain't just get that out the blue. When Kamala Harris come out and talk about her humble beginnings, that, oh, my mother lived on top of a daycare center and we struggled and she bought her first house. Let me share something with y'all. This girl mama had a good job. This girl mama had a good job, okay? Ain't no way they was living on top of a daycare center, okay? Let us understand that part. Ain't no way this girl mama was living on top of a daycare center. Shout out to Candace Owens, because of her doing some investigation work, okay? You find out that some of the stuff that she was saying was not right. But why is it that people have to relate to us to be ready to get with the get down? Oh, now I got to let you know I was drinking. I was on some Henny. I was smoke some Mary Jane. Sit up in my dorm smoking Mary Jane. Okay? Listening to Tupac and listening to Snoop. Mind you, both of these brothers was in middle school when she was going to school. You didn't know about no Tupac. You didn't know about Tupac. Tupac didn't even know about Tupac. Snoop didn't even know about Snoop. Tupac used to be in theater. He was a theater kid. He used to be in theater. Listen to how he talked when he was young. Those videos they played to him when he was young. He talked so different from when he had to go to prison. Hello, Skinny. How are you? This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. I got to be ghetto and uneducated and be able to do a two-step and shit for you to like me, for you to believe I grew up in the struggle. Mind you, Barack grandparents, they had money. They had money. You don't think they helped their daughter? You don't think they sent money to their daughter when she lived outside the country? You gonna tell me that she struggled raising Barry? You gonna tell me that they didn't have anything when they lived outside the country? Use a damn lie. Use a damn lie. And the truth ain't in you. But y'all want us to believe that these candidates came from humble beginnings. Because the first thing that Kamala come out with is, my mother was, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. Then you will get in here and bash Trump about how his daddy left him a piece of money and he turned it into an empire. First of all, you can't get mad with nobody if they daddy was on their grind. We get up here, we talk about, well, Trump daddy was associated with so and so and so. Okay. But Kamala family owned slaves. We can get in here and say Trump father was associated with the KKK, but Kamala family owned slaves. So we even. Both of these parties see black people, y'all are the joke of the day. You are the joke of the day. I cook collard greens in my I clean collard greens in my bathtub. You are the joke of the day. Do you hear me? When they talk about us, they don't talk about policy. What they will do will put some James Brown on and say, let's get with the get down. Let's play some music for these Negroes and let's get with the get down. Because that's what you believe makes sense. Either party I'm not here telling you that Democrats are by themselves and the Republicans are the saints. I am not. All I'm saying is that one wants your boy to stay a boy. And one wants your boy to be whatever he want to be for the day. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. When our children from the HBCU went to see Kamala Harris, when they went to see Kamala Harris, what did she have? A house party. HBCU, the youth of tomorrow. Y'all couldn't just have a luncheon. You couldn't have these young minds meet powerful people in DC. No. We got to play Sexy Red up in here. We got to be bouncing up in here. This is educational. Sexy Red up in here. Good morning, Walker. How are you, sir? I'm going to share with you the quiet part out loud. If Caucasian children went to go see VP Harris, they would have not had a house party. it would have not been a house party. It would have not been a house party. It would have been these young Caucasian children meeting people. It would have been strategies. They would have got business cards. Listen, when you get out of school, or if for the summer program, if you want to come work down here in DC with me, you want to come work down here, you want to do your study program down here in DC, they helping them make moves. You hear me? Their kids are not up here dancing to Miley Cyrus. Okay? They not up there shaking their thing to Miley Cyrus when they go to DC. Do you think Caucasian kids don't go to DC? They go to DC just like our HBCU children go to BC too. But there's a difference when they get to DC. They're getting business cards. Listen, when you get out of school, come see me. If you ain't in no work study program, come check me out. I got something for you because I like you, kid. I like you. What our kids do? Our kids are dancing to Sexy Red in her house at a house party. Our kids are not getting business cards saying, listen, come see me. Come see me. I got something for you. Come see me. Text me. Email me. I got something for you for the summer. I see greatness in you. You see how I have these people in my chat right now? These are the people, some of the ones that's in here right now. These are the people that don't care anything about the community. Because they're telling you, so what? So what the children didn't ask for business cards? So what they was dancing to Sexy Red? These are the ones that won't make it to the train. You have to leave them there. Some of them won't be able to access the train. You have to leave them there. Now, did I say all black people can come? All black people ain't gonna come. Some of them can't ride the train. Some of them will not be able to ride the train. They won't have the ticket to ride the train. One thing about Caucasian families and black families is so different. So different. So different. I'm going to share with you why. When their daughters go off to college, the mother reminds her, why you going to college? Why you going to college? The young man that you're dating. Let him not just stay a young man that you're dating. Let him turn you into a wife. Okay? When the sons go off to college, they remind the sons that you are to excel in what you're doing. Because when you get out, I have something for you. What does the father have for his son? The father has a legacy for his son. The father has a business for his son to take over. I ain't lying. The father has a business for his son to take over. or whatever the boy is going to school for, the father will tell him, excel. Excel in what you're doing. And also put in your mind, you will be a husband. You are meant to be a husband. And when you go to school, align yourself with other families that have powerful links. Align yourself with other children that their families have powerful links. Good morning, Black Man Unfiltered. How are you, sir? Hey, Quincy, what's going on, baby? So this is what they tell their children before they go off to college. This is the common sense that they tell their children when they go off to college. When those Caucasian children go to DC on a trip, those kids call their parents and say, Mama, Daddy, that we're going to DC on a trip. And the mother and father mind the wheels are spinning. The child is going to school for law. So the mother and father will instruct the child, use your inside voice when you talk to these people. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Be respectful. Make them remember you. Give them a firm handshake when you talk to them and ask for their business card. Don't wait for them to ask you, do you want my business card? You ask them for their business card. So this is the uncomfortable truth that Caucasian families do to their boys and their girls. They talk to them. The thing is that, whoo, this gonna be a little nasty. The thing is that when our children tell us they're going to DC, I'm going to DC, Mama. I'm going to DC. You know what you tell these kids? Have a good time. Have a good time. Not all. Some of my brothers and sisters got common sense. Not all. I'll share something with y'all. Our daughter is going to school for law. Okay, our oldest child is going to school for law. When she was in her academy over here by the house, okay, the school, they have a special academy over here that every child in this district fights to get into this school. You got to go for testing and everything. You fight to get in this school. It is crazy. She was one of them. She was blessed to get in this school from the testing and everything. This girl is straight across the board. She is nobody to play with. Very intelligent young woman. Her professor in the school, when she was in high school, okay? Professor in the school, when she was in high school, they called them professor, okay? They had people to come and talk to them at the school about law. You got people from different counties that come and talk to these people. Our daughter told us about this. And because of my history working in Elizabeth Courthouse when I was young, I said to my daughter, I said, baby, when you meet these people, put an impression on them. Get their business card, talk to them. Tell them you want to do internship in the county. Tell them where you live at, that you're very close. What she do? She came back, she said, Mama, I got it. The lady told me, email her today, Mama. I said, that's right. Email her. Email her right now. Email her right now, baby. She emailed her. The lady said, bring me your resume. Our daughter said, Mama, what kind of resume? I said, no. Don't get alarmed. Resume mean what you doing in school right now, baby. Put it down. Everything. Tell her how you doing multitasking, how you got college credits and everything. Okay? You got college credits already and you in high school. Tell her you taking college courses in high school. Put it down. All the awards you got, put it down. Everything. So now when you go in front of this woman, you got your stuff together. She went up in there with her afro. Okay, because our babies, they wear afros, these big afros, the oldest one. She went up there with her afro, nice business suit. She walked in there. She shook this woman's hand, talked to her, and told her what I want to become. This woman looked at her. She said, you got the internship. Right away. Told her, you got the internship right away. She came home. Said, Mama, I got it. Mama, Daddy, I got it. My husband looked at me. He said, so all those times when she was small, talking to us like she was a lawyer, it has paid off. I said, yes. Yes, it has paid off. Because you have to talk to these kids. Now, if I didn't tell her, baby, don't let this opportunity pass you. Good morning, Ricky. If I didn't tell her, baby, don't let this opportunity pass you. Make an impression on this woman when they come. Make an impression on this woman from the county when she come talk to y'all. Do you think she would have went up to this woman and talked to this woman? No, because you had already talked to this baby in advance. This is what Caucasian families do. They talk to these children in advance. When these kids tell them they going to see somebody, the mama and daddy say, make an impression on this person when you meet them. Use your manners. Be respectful. But no, our kids listening to Sexy Red and this and that and just dancing and shaking and all this. And it makes sense. Now listen, our eldest daughter listened to ratchet music too. She listened to ratchet music too. How many times have I told y'all that? But she also got a balance. She listened to jazz as well. She got a balance. We encourage our children to do foolery. They get a lifetime opportunity to go see the Vice President of the United States of America. You have the opportunity to meet big wigs in D.C. There will be senators that will be around in D.C. This is your opportunity, but the opportunity that you took was to go and listen to Sexy Red and dance all in the VP house. That was the opportunity that you took. Our eldest daughter right now is in a college that's dominated by Caucasian people. When they had the summer program, they gave a list of what the activities will be done. For the summer, the 5 weeks, they gave a list of activities that was going to be done. Okay? Educational activities of what was going to be done. They even had to do homework as well, classwork. And then guess what the school did that was so smart? This is how you weed out the ones that are foolish and the ones that are ready for college. The same time they had activities of fun all day. And the people who was holding this event said, you are grown. We don't want y'all to call your mama. We don't want you to call your father. We don't want you to call nobody. You are to make these decisions on your own. They told the parents, if the child call you, hang up on them. Hang up on them. Because we're not going to let anything happen bad to your children. Hang up on them because they have to know that they are grown, that they can call mama and daddy for everything when they have a disagreement with somebody on the campus or something like that. Only advice her daddy gave her before we left her there. He said, I raised you well. Make good decisions on what you're about to do. There is a time to play and there's a time to learn. I'm not telling you not to join the events of play, but you are to enjoy the events of learning as well while you're here. You do the events of learning, and then when you're done, then you can go and play. And you know what she told us? She said, Mama and Daddy, I ain't come to play. I didn't come to play. I ain't come to play. Believe me, understand the child that you raised. That's what she said to us with that big afro. About the same height as her daddy. Firstborn. Daddy had to tell her, listen, don't call me. She said, what are you talking about? He said, don't call me not one time unless it's an emergency. You are grown. You have to do this on your own. At the end of this summer 5-week program, they gave this girl an award out of all those kids. She got an award. She got an award out of all those kids that was at some program. Because she didn't go there to play. She didn't need no extensions to do her work. She did her work. And then went out there and played after. You got to talk to these children. This is the thing that we miss in our community. When your child has an opportunity, you tell them to move forward into the opportunity. Don't let your child play away the opportunity. This is the uncomfortable truth. We don't buckle down and talk to our babies. This is why it's okay for them to go somewhere and Sexy Red is in the background and they just dancing and getting down with it. Shout out to all the Caucasian families who talk to their babies. Shout out to the Black families who talk to their babies. Shout out to the Latino families who talk to their babies. Shout out to the Haitian families who talk to their babies. The African families. Shout out to all those families who do what they supposed to do when it comes to steering their child in the right way. What I'm saying is, The Democratic and the Republican Party looks at you as weed smoking, beers drinking, Hennessy having, uneducated. You don't know your right from your left. Pharmacy dealing. You're not smart enough to see the writing on the wall. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? We have been voting 60, we have been voting 60 years. 60 years for Democrats. Even when they told us you can't have a man in the home. You can have as many children as you want, but there's no man in the home. You got to rely on the government for assistance. Even when they tell you that, oh, now after you done had all these kids and they figure out, oh, it's too many of y'all. Let's push the agenda and start telling them, listen, you having too many kids. You're having too many kids. Let's introduce Planned Parenthood. Oh no, don't feel guilty for the decisions that you're making. Don't feel guilty for the decisions that you're making. God don't see you. That's what they tell these women. God don't see you. God don't see what you're doing. It's okay for you to go and get these things done, because why? You don't have enough money to take care of these kids. I'm not pointing fingers. I have done it. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm saying that you were told so many things that did not make sense. You were labeled all these things that does not make sense. Black men have been told that you are horrible, you are uneducated, you are out here being pharmacists, you ain't gonna never have nothing, you ain't gonna never be nothing. This is what black men have been told since God knows how long. And so now the proposal that Harris got coming out, I'm going to give you some money, okay? Come on, take this money here. I'm going to give you some money, okay? 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 And I'm going to give you some weed. Come on now. Come on now. Take it now. I'm going to give you some money. Hey, Be Young. I'm going to give you some money. And I'm going to give you some weed now. Come on now. You know you need it. You know you need it. I'm gonna give you some money and some weed. And then they turn around and you hear some black women say, well, Trump ain't give you nothing. Trump ain't give you nothing. Trump ain't got nothing for you, Mind you, what she got over there is some money and some weed. Trump ain't got nothing for you, He trying to give the police immunity. He trying to give police immunity to wipe y'all out, scaring everybody. But you know what? The uncomfortable truth is, if you put it in the book, black people ain't gonna go look for it. They not. This is the uncomfortable truth. I'm guilty of this too. Unless I want to really know about it, then I'm going to go and search for it. I'm guilty of it too. Both parties is a problem. Both parties is a problem. I want to share something with you. If Trump gives immunity to the police, right? Full immunity to the police. They do not just have Caucasian officers. They have every race that is in there. Every race that is in there. And this is the scare tactics that people use. Mind you, every politician will present a proposal. That doesn't mean it will get done. Every politician can say, this is what I will do on my first 100 days. This is what I will do on my first 4 years. This is what I will do. That doesn't mean it's going to get done. They just propose that. Like everything Trump got out there, that doesn't mean he's going to do everything. Everything that Harris got out there, that doesn't mean she's going to be able to do everything. Now, do I believe that the border should be closed? Yes. Do I believe that if you are on some demon time and you are a migrant and you have come to do foolery, I believe you should not be here? Yes, I do. And this is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. Americans, by and large, y'all not making enough babies. This is why they got to open up the border. White America and Black America, you are not making enough children. That's why they got to open up the floodgates. That's why. That's the uncomfortable truth we don't want to hear. The Latinos and the Mexicans are going to take it for the win. Because they still love each other. White folks, some of y'all women get in here and act the fool. And some of y'all men get in here and act the fool too. Black people, some of y'all black women get in here and act the fool. And some of y'all black men get in here and act the fool. Y'all not making enough babies. And so this is why the floodgates got to be open, because they need worker ants. They need worker ants. This is why they open the floodgates. Some of y'all young ones don't want to have babies. You rather live in a house that only got cats and dogs. That's your baby. Cat and dog is your baby. You don't want to have a copy of you walking around here. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. So now, what gives women, black women by and large, to come to social media and talk about our men and think that it makes sense? Let's go to the first clip. Shout out to Anton Daniels for doing the damn thing. Okay, shout out to Anton Daniels, because this is what went down. Okay, y'all, check this out. Here we go. Commercial first. Give me a minute. Shout out to Anton Daniels. He always breaking down something. Here we go.
The best proposal I've ever heard in my life, and when I mean, I literally mean black men, African American men. Like, I'm kind of jealous. Not even gonna hold you, cause if she would have did that for black women, I would have went on ahead and start putting out my notes and lists exactly what I was going to have, how I was going to apply every start date when they drop just so I can be first in line to apply to every single loan, every single down payment that she put out for a motherfucker. You knew.
You hear these potty mouth women? You hear them? These women are trying to convince us to get on code, to get back on the plantation, don't even understand what they're applying for, don't even understand what they pitching, just blind, in the dark. Didn't even read the fine print. I bet you didn't even realize that it said to black men and others.
And others.
I bet you didn't read that all 4 of the 5 points was stuff that she had already had been promising to everybody else. She just remixed it in order to package it to black men in order to appease y'all, to try to get y'all and incentivize y'all to jump back on a Democratic plantation where we not necessarily...
All she did was add the weed part. That's it. That's all she did was add the weed part. That's what they think of you. The weed part. Oh, we just got to add the weed. Black men gonna come by and large and vote for the Democrats again.
A handout. We just need the federal government to get out of our way, stop taxing us to death, and then allow for us to be able to provide for our families, because we don't want to break the rules. We don't want the rules to apply to us differently. We just want the ability to be able to afford what we've been able to afford in 2016 through 2020. But as usual, you got these hyenas on here, and they're telling us and calling us the N-word and MFers in order to try to diminish our intelligence, to read for ourselves and realize that we want somebody that's for everybody in America, and we don't want open borders. We don't want overinflation. We don't want economic policies that don't benefit you, that then would, at the very least, make prices go up more than double of what we've experienced now. We have a record to go off of what happened over the last 3.5 years, and when she went on The View and she said she wouldn't do anything differently than what Biden did.
And that's the uncomfortable truth. You're trying to pull your way away from Biden, but you're saying, I'm not going to do anything different from what Biden has done. And y'all see with the Bidenomics, we can barely have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of.
These people out here calling us out of our name and trying to have a conversation with us at the first place, which they're not. They're just scolding us. It disappoints me because it helps me to realize how ignorant being on code is. And it pushes us further away from the Democratic plantation than we already are. You can't incentivize us with trees. You're not going to sit here and give us loans and weed and think that that's going to be enough to be able to win our vote. We not stupid. We not dumb. We woke up. Our eyes is open. And so we not Cyrus from the Matrix where he gets plugged back in and he said, and he eating his fake steak. And we not going to sell our future out like Clinton did, like Obama did, like Bush II did. We not going to sell out our future in order to mortgage our current to try to do something just because you told us to, and you ignorant as hell. You don't even know how to communicate with us respectfully. And you that's the first thing that you say is you N-words? Miss me with that. But, I always like to give credit to content creators, so I'm going to always link back in the description for y'all to be able to reach out to them and give them the credit that they deserve, or even follow them on the respective platforms that y'all sent me these videos, okay? So that's number one. Number two, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. So you don't have to depend on the federal government or whoever becomes president in order to make sure that you run that bag up and take care of your family. Number three, make sure you get that Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. And then last but not least, I would love for you guys to come and kick it with me in person. All of that is in the description, as well as the discount code to get the money off your tickets to come and kick it with me in person. Let's hear what else she has to say, and whether she's going to talk to us respectfully or disrespect us with more nonsense.
Saw what she said, spat in her face and said, bitch, fuck you. We don't want that shit. We just want you to get rid of child support. That's literally. I just cannot
I think that's a fair point. Why haven't they updated the family court laws? Why do you have feminists that advocate for?
I'm going to share something with you. A lot of y'all going to be upset with what I'm about to say. Child support should only be done if the parent is not willing to come to the table and have a discussion on who takes care of what. If we can't have a discussion and you won't sit down with me about how we gonna take care of this baby, then yes, you deserve to be on child support. But if you have a man who is willing and able to come to the table and say, listen, I got money this week. Let me buy his clothes this week. Let me buy his shoes. Or we split it in half. This money is supposed to go for the child. It is not supposed to go to get your nails done. It's not supposed to go to get your hair done. It's not supposed to go to pay the light bill. It's not supposed to go to pay the water bill. It's not supposed to go to pay half of the rent. Let me share something with you, because without that baby, you would have still had to pay all that stuff. So all that stuff that you using that child support money for is not supposed to be used that way. It's supposed to be used for the child. Some of these women get in here and you getting all this money for the baby and the baby looking like God knows what. But you coming out looking like $1 million, mama. How you coming and looking like $1 million and the baby ain't even got a new pair of sneakers on or nothing? Baby hair ain't cut or nothing. Baby ain't got no new clothes or nothing. But you looking like a dime piece with the Birkin bag. This is the uncomfortable truth. This is the uncomfortable truth. All the things that you have, you're supposed to apply that. You're supposed to supply that yourself as a grown person. Child support ain't help nobody. It don't help nobody. What it does is that if you don't pay your child support this week, you can't see your baby. Oh no, when you send me $500, then you could see your baby. Mind you, I want to share something with you. You have a silent nightmare brewing in your household. Okay? I'm talking from experience. You have a silent nightmare brewing in your home. Because now when this boy or girl become a teenager, now when this boy or girl becomes a teenager, and they remember all those times you would get in an argument with their daddy, okay, outside, at Chuck E. Cheese, at McDonald's, at the family cookout, the child remember all that because they know they wanted to be with their daddy that day. But you told them, you ain't pay me my child support this week. My baby can't go with you. So now that baby that you love so much turns into a teenager and become your nightmare, your hell on wheels now. Good morning, Miss O. How are you, baby? This child that you kept from the daddy, okay? The daddy was not there to structure this child, okay? The baby get a teenager and start whooping on your behind, mama. Start whooping on your behind when y'all got to come to social media and hold your phone up because you scared. You holding the phone and everything. The baby coming close for you talking about, don't know, get back, get back. You got to hold your phone because you scared of a child you brought into this world. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. You scared now. The baby's scaring the heck out of you. You're scared now. But if the owner's manual, shout out to JT. If the owner's manual was in play, that's the father. This child will be so fearful to jump on you, mama, because they know you gonna call daddy. They know you gonna call daddy. You ever hear a child, they have a different tone. When they talk to mama, because they, they're getting bigger now, so, they got a different tone when they talk to mama, because mama's short. So, they want to bring that smoke to mama. Okay? And then all of a sudden, daddy is on a lazy boy, and daddy say, I know good and hell well. I know good and hell well you ain't talking to my wife like that. And then you see somebody jump off the lazy boy and fly upstairs real quick. And then the child got like something in their throat. They swallow. They say, what the, There's a difference. There's a difference. So do I agree with child support? I don't. I don't agree with it. It doesn't help anybody. Unless the father don't want to be bothered at all. He don't want to do nothing. And that's usually those Pookies and Rere. So yes, let them stay on child support. But those ones who do what they supposed to do and they loving their baby, they spending time with their baby, they're trying to do the right thing, give these men grace. Give these men grace. Y'all gonna have a better relationship if you take them off child support and y'all work on something together on how to structure this baby. Every summer, let the baby go with the daddy. If y'all live in the same area, he dropped the baby off two or 3 days a week, and you drop the baby off the other 2 days out of the week to school. That's how it should be. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from experience when you don't take heed to this message. Because these boys and girls, they get grown and they ready to wail on you, mama. That you get so scared you got to take your phone out and film this child.
And removing babies while at the same time hypocritically saying, well, we want $6,000 for new children. And then at the same time won't update family court laws to reflect what's going on in society in 2024 and beyond. I think that's a fair point. I didn't even realize that. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Ghetto.
Leave. And this is why I fucking say I am tired. I am tired of black women, actual smart, intelligent, strong, independent black women falling to their knees to make things more comfortable and more suitable for the most ignorant, bow-legged, not needed motherfuckers in our community. Stop appeasing to these niggas. Everything that is coming out their motherfucking mouth should have soap dumped down.
You hear them? Do you hear how disrespectful that they are towards you and how they...
Now you see how she labeled all the sisters. You see how she labeled black women. But when it got to black men, you're nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is one of our sisters. This is one of our sisters that came from the hyena kingdom. That she was raised under the hyena kingdom. Shout out to Crimson Care. Raised in the hyena kingdom.
No regard for you. They are talking about you like you dogs, like you dung in the street. They don't got no love for you. You a come up. This is coming from the people that are economically worse off than black men. And this is the way that they talk to y'all when they treat y'all, and they saying that they more intelligent.
Hey, this is DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Hold on, y'all. Commercial. Give me a minute.
Talk to y'all and they treat y'all and they saying that they more intelligent than y'all, they smarter than y'all, they can read better than y'all, and they know more about Kamala Harris than y'all. Get back on the plantation, boy.
On their throat, because nothing makes fucking possible sense when it comes out of an ignorant black man's mouth. These niggas don't give a fuck what Kamala do. These niggas don't give a fuck what she come out and say, because they hate black women. They hate the fact that a black woman skipped them.
Now I want to share something with y'all because this is what we gonna get to. This is what we gonna get to. You see how she said, black men hate black women. I want you to listen to that. I want you to hear what she said. Black men hate black women. Okay? Black men hate black women. Let me share something with you, my younger women. I want you to understand this. Black men are conditioned to love you. Let me repeat that one more time. Black men are conditioned to love you. They are. It's in their DNA. This is what they know. They are conditioned to love us. From your nose to your mouth to your cheekbones to your hips, when they ride side to side, to your backside, to your breasts. Black men are conditioned to love you, to your brown skin, to your light skin. Black men are conditioned to love you. Black men are conditioned to love you when they see your eyes and y'all connect with your eyes when you see some foolery and y'all look at each other. They are conditioned to love you from birth. Black men do not hate us. They don't. They don't hate us. They don't like the behavior, but they don't hate us. But when you're sitting up here and you don't want the correction, when you say, I don't care what you say, I ain't got to listen to you. This what make black men look at us double-sided and say, oh, hell no, I can't even do it. And they walk away. And they don't walk away from the culture. They don't walk away from black women. They just go to one that's more, that is more agreeable. They just look for one that is more agreeable. There's a small percentage of black men who marry outside of our culture. That's it. But y'all think this is a big number. It is not. Shout out to Mona D. It's like 2% that marry outside. Black men are conditioned to love black women. They are. Stop letting other women fool you with this nonsense. One thing about a man, and a lot of y'all may not understand this, is but a man can't protect something that won't be obedient to him. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I hope it didn't go over your head. But black men can't protect something that won't listen. That won't listen. He can't. He cannot. He can't protect something that won't listen to him.
To get where the fuck she at. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate. Know for a fact that black women are behind a lot of things that basically benefits the black man. They hate it. But yet, they refuse to get off their fucking ass and educate themselves, because no fucking way. No way that you think for a fucking second that a black woman is going to literally strip away child support. Something that holds your motherfucking ass responsible for laying down, doing the deed, and creating said child. And you want that black woman to go in fucking office and strip away the only responsibility that keeps your ass in that child's life.
No, actually, what it's done is it's tied black people back to the Democratic Party with handouts that actually is not best for their families, and that's why we're worse off than we were 30, 40, 50 years ago. And so when you look at this system, and the child support system is literally a profit generator for government officials, and it keeps people in business that shouldn't be benefiting.
What's wrong with these burger buns? They taste perfectly.
Sorry, y'all, commercial. Hold on. Here we go.
That shouldn't be benefiting off the black community and men in general. I don't really understand where the fight is. If people are saying that we need to revise child support laws because it was created at a time where women didn't have the rights that they have today to be able to provide for themselves, and if women are looked at as equal, then why are you automatically leveraging it and using it in order to keep people down? And so real fundamental things that needs to be changed in our laws are more important than things that are keeping you down and the little handouts that's just going to keep you in the position that you in. And the same thing has been happening over and over again, and y'all not realizing that they're giving y'all scraps, loans, and weed in order to keep you handcuffed to the Democratic Party. Follow her if y'all want to.
Did he just say what they're doing to keep you connected to the Democratic Party is loans and weed? I'm going to give you some money and I'm going to give you some weed, long as you vote for me. I'm going to give you some money and I'm going to give you some weed. And so now, y'all talking about, well, Trump ain't give nothing. Trump ain't give nothing. That's what y'all saying. But the Democratic Party is giving loans and weed. Okay? Loans and weed, y'all. This is what you got to choose from. Loans and weed. Hand clap for yourself. Hand clap for yourself. Loans and weed. That's what they got to give you for your vote. Mm-hmm. Miss O said it's a damn shame. Yes, it is. It's a damn shame.
Start to think for yourself and make an informed decision as far as how you should be providing for yourself and aligning yourself so that you can level up and get that bag and provide for your family. It's up to you. You can let these women talk to you like they disrespectful. You can let them continue to hold you accountable. You can let them continue to talk to you like you dogs in the street. I said it before. A lot of these women are way worse for you than some of the racist people that have no power to change your life. Basically, the enemy of you, and that's not all, but certainly some, has been an enemy of you, and they have your best interest. You can forget about it. It's not a thing. You can absolutely forget about it. But again, like I said, I always like to link back to the content.
I want to also share with y'all something. This is a quote that black women always like to say from Malcolm X. That black women are the least unprotected. I hope I said that correctly. But Malcolm X was talking about the women of his time. How many times have I said that? Because if Malcolm X looked at the women of this time right now, and how y'all get the least protected, least unprotected, or least protected? Least protected. Okay. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much, Skinny. Thank you, Malik. So the women now, if Malcolm X was alive, he would shake his head. May his soul rest in peace. He would shake his head because the way we behave, the way we discard our men, this is what we do. The women of his time, of Malcolm X's time, the women of his time When they saw their brother on the ground, they lay next to him and said, get up. Get up. You're going to make it. Get up. I see the king in you. You're going to make it. Get up. Not the end of you. Get up. No matter how much the world beats you down, get up. I see you. Get up. I see you. I believe in you. I need you to fight for us. Get up. That's how the women talked of Malcolm X time. Good morning, Mona D. The women of this time right now, they see a black man on the ground. The person that everybody around, they'll tell them, let's get around and start kicking him. Let's get around and start kicking him. And telling him he ain't this and telling him he ain't that. And you ain't gonna never be and you ain't never was and you ain't smarter than me and you ain't educated like me and I got a PhD and all this stuff. This is what you tell your brother. But do you think the other races go around and tell their brothers that? Do you think Caucasian women tell their men that? Do you think Latino women tell their men that? Do you think Haitian women tell their men that? Do you think African women tell their men that? They do not. Now I ain't sitting up here talking about all these other races are perfect. They have some walking hyenas in their culture as well. But it's not a massive, large amount. They don't promote being a baby mama when we rocking 80% baby mamas. Nobody want to get married. You rather go out there and swing from the chandelier with everybody and have all these multiple children and baby daddies, and it's okay for you to do that.
And I want to make sure that they get the credit that they deserve. And objectively,
Now, I want you to hear, there's another woman. Shout out to Anton Daniels one more time. I want y'all to hear this. Let's get into the foolery, okay? Let's get into the foolery because a correction needs to be made. You need to see the nonsense, the writing on the wall. It does not make sense for us to get around and bash our brothers because they said, we not taking this offer. We not taking this offer. Our brothers said, you only want to give us money and you only want to give us weed. We're not taking that. Some brothers in my comment section said, let us hold out till they start talking about reparations. I said, oh, that makes sense right there. The uncomfortable truth is, and nobody understands this when it comes to the black vote, is that I give you my vote. And you give me your resources. That's how voting goes. But we have been voting Democrat for 60 years and has got nothing in return. We have got programs that are for everyone. Mind you, everybody don't vote like us. Everybody does not vote like us, but everybody gets to enjoy the program. Everybody don't come out and vote like us, but you get to enjoy the programs because of us.
Roland Martin interview just proved everything that we've been saying, that I said in my past videos about black men when it comes to their lack of just comprehension and understanding their place in society. Because they're too busy having oppression Olympics with black women competing with us, looking at we're the enemy, they fail to realize that you benefit from patriarchy. You do not have more of a struggle being a black man.
I swear to God, people be stealing my lines. Victim Olympics, oppression Olympics, And then they're going to try to act like I didn't make that up and I didn't make that famous. Anyways, let's let her continue to rock and whine out.
You actually have a benefit over black women because you are a man. Black men do not understand patriarchy and how to use it to their advantage. They're too busy making excuses and complaining. And the thing is, statistics and everything else shows that you benefit more as a black man than a black woman. But it doesn't matter how simply people break it down to them. Like, he had to talk to them like they were 5 for them to understand that they absolutely benefit more than black women. They're just not using the fucking resources and tools given to them. The fact that Magic Johnson and Obama and other like educated black men have to get on a platform and single y'all out on national television on these public platforms because y'all are out here making us look crazy. The fact that they have to explain to you why a man that wants to give immunity to cops that are killing y'all and y'all voting for him is crazy. That they have to explain to y'all why you shouldn't want that. That people can break down to you why Trump is not a better option for you. But your hate for black women, your self-hate is so strong that you're willing to put a man in office that wants to make you destitute, that wants to literally not have you exist or have any rights. You complain about police killing you, about how white people treat you in society, and you're giving them the fucking tools to continue to oppress you. What more do y'all want? It's so disappointing. And it also shows that y'all are so poorly educated. Y'all are literally...
We're poorly educated. Listen to this woman. Listen to how these women put y'all down on a regular basis. Now, one of the reasons why it makes it easier for me to make my case is because I'm not one of those type of people and one of those guys that fit any of these narratives, and neither are any of my friends that are very successful, successfully married, and they have employees, and they have women that work for them that also fall under their covering, and they are voting for Trump, and nobody in their sphere is voting for Kamala Harris. We don't care about Roland Martin being a part of the boule and them trying to get their Divine Nine friends in. We don't care how long Magic Johnson been friends with Kamala Harris. We don't care whether or not Obama, who was a bigger champion for the alphabet community than he ever was for black people, is telling us what to do. They're talking to us because they need us, and they're trying to enable us to get back on a Democratic plantation that has not worked out for anybody that is my hue since I've been born and I'm 42 years old. Let me break this down for the people that may not know me. And again, I always like to give credit to the content creator. So you'll see that in the description of the video, a link back to their profile, whether I agree with them or not. And make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. It's a phenomenal product. Thank you, Teach, for continuing to hold us down. And then come and get your tickets to come and see me in person. I'll be in Atlanta on November 2nd and Detroit on December 14th. And then we're going to be touring on next year, all right? But let me break it down and let me qualify myself. I'm not a single baby daddy. I am I'm not even going to get into that. I'm very successful. I've done really well for myself. I show all of my receipts online. I've been successfully married for over 20 years. I don't have any children out of wedlock, so on and so forth. I'm great. All right, cool. So now that we got that part out of the way, I'm not a Dusty, and I think that Roland Martin is absolutely one of the most ignorant people that I've ever seen in my entire life. And he continues to keep y'all on his Democratic plantation because he have a vested interest in it, and that's where the majority of his content is centered around. Because if he ever actually told y'all the truth about how the Democrats...
I don't know. This is a young woman that looks like she's about 21. So you know she's been groomed by the hyena kingdom to talk about men like this. Okay? She has been groomed to call black men stupid and uneducated and foolish. And oh, that's right, let me not forget, black men hate black women. This is what these young women are groomed to believe. And then when they get as old as Vivica Fox, you'll come to social media crying, talking about, I need a man. There we go.
actually told y'all the truth about how the Democrats absolutely is keeping y'all tied to the party and don't require anything from y'all, then it would cease to exist. His whole platform will explode because then people would be like, you know what? I was stupid for following him in the first place. I actually should give every representative an opportunity. And we don't have to look any further than to see exactly what happened over the last 3.5 years versus what happened over the last 7 years. And when we put that and we take that into consideration, it's a vast difference between the Democrats who have controlled the White House over the last 12 of 16 years versus what we've experienced over the last 3.5 years.
Yeah.
It's insane. We had an unprecedented level of peace, growth, opportunity, and all of this immunity stuff. It just shows me how ignorant you are. And you need to do some research because it doesn't absolve police from being responsible for what it is that they do to citizens when they step outside of their normal training. It just makes sure that they're protected when they are within their normal training, and people try to come after the police department so that they don't have their personal assets seized. And so I listen to y'all, and it just shows me how ignorant and how out of purpose y'all are, because you're not supposed to be leading the charge and following behind a motherfucking Roland Martin. You're supposed to be leading the charge and following behind your man and your husband and your father. And we got so many simps that have stepped out of purpose and don't know how to lead properly. And so they think that they can get y'all attention by then aligning with y'all, when in reality, we know that the Democratic Party is nothing but the worst thing for us and always has been. Every single policy, every single thing that they believe in goes against the very conservative values of us even believing in God. Let's not even talk about economic policy. We don't even have to go to immigration because we already know that you being replaced. So because y'all don't listen to us and y'all so busy trying to get a woman elected based off of identity politics, and the only thing that you can lean on is that I don't like Trump versus what has she done for you and what would she do differently than she's already done within the last 3.5 years? Nothing. And she even admitted it. She openly admitted it that she would be no different than Biden, and y'all still riding out the way.
And that's what she said. Everything that Biden has done, she agrees with. Everything. Now, I'm going to share something with you. From Barack, from Clinton, and to Biden. All three of these men here. I don't know how many times that they can slip up on this woman's campaign. I don't know how many times that they can slip up on this woman's campaign. Barack humiliating black men. Okay? Now, iron sharpens iron, right? Iron sharpens, how you say that? I hope I'm saying it right. Iron sharpens iron, right? Okay? But am I listening, or is it that you're telling me that I don't know what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you telling me that I don't know what I'm doing? I'm too foolish to know better. I don't think that's the iron sharpens iron part. I don't think that's that part. Because a man can tell another man, listen, what you just said, that's not how it goes, but this is how it goes. And so now the man can take correction because he is the man that's telling him has been there. So he's telling him, listen, that's not how it goes. This is how it goes. But when a man get up there and talk to another man, oh, no, you stupid. You don't know what you're doing. Oh, you talking crazy. How do you expect for another man to listen to you when you talking to him like he's a kid? There's a way that you can correct a man, and older men know there's a way that you correct a man. But when you get out here and calling him stupid and he don't know what he doing and you uneducated, how is that a correction? How is that a correction you trying to give somebody? And I'm not saying Barack said that. I'm saying that how do you tell a man what he's supposed to do? How do you tell a man that's what's better for his family? How do you tell a man that, oh, I don't care about your finances, this is what you need to do? How do you tell a man to continue digging through this hole, but there's no gold in this hole? How do you do that? This is the problem here.
Why? Because y'all want to get y'all homegirl elected? Look, I don't hate y'all. I just think that a lot of y'all are voting out of ignorance, and it's being voluntarily ignorant. So it's even worse. You want to be ignorant, and you close your eyes off to the truth, and that's not our responsibility. We don't care what you do. We're not trying to chase you. We're not trying to convince you. We ain't even trying to convince you in relationships, let alone what's best for your own household. The only thing that we telling y'all to do is leave us alone.
Leave us
and don't try to
alone.
convince us of anything.
That's
If you want to
right.
continue to stay over there, then do so. If you want to continue to
That's
throw
right.
yourself under the bus, then do so. But don't throw ad hominem attacks at us, trying to make it seem like we're less than or we're less educated.
That's
When in
right.
reality, if you look at every single statistical data point, even if y'all want to talk about education, you're not even the most educated. You're just the most enrolled and the most in debt. And the curriculums that you
That's
pick in order to
nasty.
educate yourself to ultimately have to go out into a job arena is one of the things that ties you back to the Democratic Party, because now you got to ask for forgiveness for your student loans that you should have never took out in the first place in order to get your basket weaving degree. We don't believe you. You need more people. It's nothing that you can tell us. You still make less than us. You still the most enrolled. You still the most in debt. You still the ones that's getting evicted the most. You still the ones that have the most repossessions. You still the ones that's having children out of wedlock at an unprecedented rate. And if you live in any of these Democratic strongholds, such as Houston, Chicago, or Atlanta, then y'all the ones that's the most infected with diseases
Ooh.
and giving 2-for-1 for STDs.
Ooh, that's
So miss me with the bullshit. You never gonna get me to follow you, because you got to be a leader before you got to be a leader for somebody to be able to follow you. And all of y'all doing is leading men into the fire, into the furnace.
That's nasty.
Last time that we followed y'all, it was in the feminism, when y'all was following a bunch of other people that lost control of their households. And how did that work out for you?
Oh, that's nasty.
Update family court law, and then we'll have a conversation. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20%.
Shout out to Anton Daniels, because he did the damn thing like he normally does. Thank you to everybody who just came in. I appreciate y'all. He did the damn thing. Shout out to Anton Daniels. He's always dropping those gems. Okay? There's some content creators that I favor so much, and I love to hear their perspective on a lot of things. And he's one of them. He's one of them. Because he tells it like it is, even when you don't like it. My sisters, I want to share something with you. Only how social media can come after our brothers like they do. Only how famous people can come after our brothers like they do. Only how women from different cultures that will not even talk about their own men like that, but will get up here and call black men crazy on live TV. Okay, Sonny, I'm looking at you. Will get up here and call black men crazy on live TV, all because they don't want to subscribe to Kamala Harris. Only why they get to do that is because black women, you're behind this foolery. My sisters, we have been behind this foolery since the late 60s. And we have passed this nonsense into our bloodline and continue on. That's why a young woman who is 20-something years old, you have not even lived your life yet. You can sit up here and say, black men ain't shit. You can sit up here and say black men are the least educated. You can sit up here and say black men are just baby fathers. You can sit up here and say black men don't take care of their children. You can sit up here and say black men only sell drugs. You can sit up here and say black men are not of substance. And you think what you saying makes sense, but you only 20 years old. You have not even lived your life. You have not even lived your life. You probably have never traveled outside of your town. And so now And so now that's right, Malik. Malik saying we all go to prison. We don't. We do. That's right. Malik said we all go to prison. We don't. But this is how y'all see black men. And so other cultures can come and say black men are this, that, and the third because black women co-sign it. And so other races can come and say, oh, no. Black men are crazy. Just like Sonny did. Just like Sonny from The View came and said, black men are crazy. Okay? Black men are crazy. This is exactly what she said. Black men are crazy. And it's okay for us to believe that. She talked about every other race, but black men is the crazy ones. It don't make no sense. You tell me. You tell me. It makes sense to you. That's what you believe. Good morning, the International Quiet Storm. How are you? This is the uncomfortable truth right here. Let's see if I got the right clip. Hold on, y'all.
Folks,
let's see.
But they're not the most biblical. They're religious. They're led by emotions. And because they have so much...
Now, I know I should have announced this gentleman first. This is the biblical conversation, okay? Shout out to this brother. Thank you so much for having amazing content. This is the biblical conversation. This brother content is amazing. Just scammed over his content this morning and I wanted to rock out with him. Okay, so I shared his content on our IG. You can watch the full video, but I just want to get to the part where you hear Sonny bashing black men. Shout out to Sonny because you thought you made sense. Here we go.
Groupthink. If you choose to think for yourself, if you say to yourself, no, I want to vote for someone that wants to promote free enterprise, that wants to promote the elevation, the uplifting, human flourishing within the black community. I want to vote for somebody that may not even be Trump or Kamala Harris. I may just want a different option. If you even think that as a black person, you are tarred and feathered. You are called all kinds of names. You are. You are labeled a sellout, an Uncle Ruckus, a stepping fetcher, a coon. All of those things simply because you choose to vote differently than the masses. There are serious, serious issues. Not issues with people who decide to vote for Donald Trump. There are serious issues in the black community to where if a black person steps outside the plantation, they send all of the wranglers to bring that black person back in line. You heard what Obama said last week when he was talking to the black men, telling them they need to vote for Kamala Harris. You have all these different Democratic shields coming out attacking black men because they're not voting for Kamala Harris. And the latest one is Sonny Holston on The View.
But, you know, we can't poll people's hearts and we can't see into people's hearts. And so when we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53%.
I want you to hear what Sonny said. I want you to hear what she said. Okay? Listen up, y'all. Listen up.
Women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people. We've got to reach the Cuban men and my...
Ridiculous, crazy men, crazy black men who voted for Trump. Mind you, did she say anything crazy about the Caucasian women? Did she say crazy Caucasian women? She did not. Okay? She did not. She didn't say crazy Caucasian women. She said crazy black men. Now, see how she labeled the other two. Check this out. See how she labeled the other two.
Overwhelmingly voted for Trump. I don't know what their hearts look like, but I know what their votes
But I'm
look
not
like.
talking.
Notice how she didn't use any adjective to describe the white women or the Cubans voting for Trump.
None of that.
But for the black men that choose to vote for Donald Trump,
The Cuban men, they not crazy. Cuban men are not crazy, but black men is crazy because they vote for Trump, or they'll vote for Cornel West, or they'll vote for Jill Stein. They're crazy though. They crazy. Black men are crazy if they vote for anybody other than Kamala Harris. But Sonny, you won't say that about any other race, because you know they gonna shut you down. They gonna shut you down. Black men, even in these YouTube streets, you can disgrace black men. You could talk about them. You could say all you want to say about black men on social media, right? Call them all types of names. Nothing's gonna happen. It's going to be years before they take your channel down. Good morning, Gregory Scotland. It's going to be years before they take your channel down. You'll be getting up there talking up all this two-sided out of the side of your mouth about how black men ain't this and black men ain't that. And ain't nothing going to happen to your channel. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to take you to offend a Caucasian woman. Then your channel get taken down. You want to know why? You want to know why this happens? You want to know why? Because the ones who are disgracing the black men and talking down to them like they ain't nobody, right? The one who's doing it, the sisters of these black men, are rallying with her. They're rallying with her. They're happy that she's in there talking about how black men ain't this and black men ain't that. Because let me share something with you. If Sonny was fearful about talking about black men on social media, okay, on TV, if she knew it was going to get some backlash from the black women, she wouldn't say she. She would not say she. Do you think Sonny would get up there and call Caucasian men crazy? Huh? No, she wouldn't. Do you think Sonny would get up there and call Latino men crazy? I'll be damned. I know she wouldn't. Do you think Sonny could get up there and call Asian men crazy? I listen. I know good and hell well. Do you think Sonny could get up there and call the small hat people, men, crazy? She'll lose her job. She will lose her job. But nah, it's a black man. It's a black man. Don't nobody come for the black man. Don't nobody sound an alarm for the black man. Don't nobody care that the black man get kicked down and be called stupid and uneducated. And he ain't gonna never have nothing, and he ain't gonna never be nothing, and he ain't no good daddy. He ain't no good daddy. He out here making all these babies and leaving these women with all these children and everything. He ain't no good man. I don't need him. All he do is go in and out of jail. And y'all sisters will sit right there and just listen. That's right. That's right, girl. That's right, girl. That's right, girl.
crazy. Did you catch that? The black men that choose to vote for Donald Trump, they are crazy. That gives you a peek into the minds of the feminists, of the Marxists, of the communists, of the socialists, of black people that want to attack and lambast other black people simply for voting differently. That's insane, right? But see what that shows you, there is a spiritual stronghold in the black community that has convinced the masses that if you don't vote the way they want you to vote, if you don't think the way they want you to think, There is something wrong with you. You are an outcast. They will cast stones at you. They will destroy you because what you are a narrative breaker. You are a breaker of narratives. If you stand on biblical values, looking for an easier way to get that LLC.
Hold on, y'all. Commercial. Sorry, y'all.
You cannot sensibly vote for the Democratic Party and what they stand for right now. Because all the Democratic Party has done for the black community in the last 60 years is destroy the nuclear family, is to emasculate men, is to feminize their community, is to destroy the community by supporting lascivious lifestyles, is to destroy the community by pumping drugs into the community, is to destroy the community by putting our children in these failing schools. That's what the Democratic Party has done by and large for the last 60 years. But yet, if you speak out against that, yet if you say, I don't want that for myself and for my children, you are labeled as crazy. I wanted to show you that because that's what they think.
If you say, I want my child to be raised around their father, I want to be married before I have children, I don't want the agenda of my child decide today they don't no longer want to be a boy, they want to be a girl. I don't want boys in girl sports dominating it. I don't want to live without a man. I don't want to be out here preaching on social media talking about men are not needed and all this other stuff. Black men are foolish. They're uneducated. They don't know how to take care of their families. If you are one of those women who get on social media and say that you love your husband, you respect your husband, you are obedient to your husband, your husband tells you how to move, and you say to the women, oh, if he tell you how to move and you listen, what do they say? You's a pick me. They even tell you, I hope your husband leave you. I hope your husband leave you. I don't know how many times I have been told, I hope your husband leave you. I don't know how many times I have been told, I hope your husband cheat on you. And for all the women who told me that, return to sender. Return to sender with the blood of Yahshua on top of it. Return to sender. Because I'm telling you what you're thinking doesn't make sense. Because I'm telling you that the family structure is needed in the black community. So I'm the evil one. Oh no, you a pick me. You got picked yet? I got picked over about 17 and a half years ago. Yes, I have been picked already. Somebody put up with my foolishness and give me corrections when I need it. And I appreciate him for that. Because nobody wanted to take on this task right here. But a special man that God told, that little one right there, that one with the loud mouth, that one is yours. That one is yours. You got to give correction to this one. This one got a mouth on her. You have to teach her because she don't know how to hold her tongue. And he said, Yahweh, I'm up for the task. And I'm going to give her a strong foundation and some babies too. This is the uncomfortable truth. Black women, you will let any race come for your men. But I will share something with you. These other race of women, they will not let you come for their men. They will not let you disgrace their men. But we, black women, you say you strong. I am queen, black girl magic. You will let these women from other races come for your men. You will let them come and disgrace your men and tell you that your men are nothing. That your men are nothing. Check this out.
Reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump.
So let me get this straight. If I vote for a party that can't define what a woman is, I'm no longer ridiculous or crazy. If I vote for a party that wants boys in my daughter's sports and restrooms, I'm no longer ridiculous or crazy. If I vote for a party that thinks they can pander to me using kente cloths and hot sauce, I'm no longer crazy. If I vote for a party that has done nothing but destroy my community for the last 60 years and open the borders in order to replace my vote and destroy my community further, I'm no longer crazy. If I vote for the party that wanted to keep me from voting, wanted to keep Jim Crow, wanted to keep slavery, the party of the Klan, I'm no longer crazy. And I'm no longer crazy or ridiculous if I vote for the candidate who's been in the office as vice president for the last 3.5 years and admitted to having a large part in pushing the harmful policies that have hurt my country, who can't answer basic questions and is quite possibly the worst candidate in American history, says she's going to bring change while at the same time admitting there's nothing she'd change about the last 3.5 years and made us the laughing stock of the world. And you think I'm the crazy one. I think it's crazy you think I should vote for a candidate based on skin color rather than how their policies will affect my life. It's pretty sick.
Did we not learn from this before? Black people, have we not learned from this before? I don't care if you don't like the person that you're voting for. But if the policies benefit you, baby, that's what you do. That's who you go with. I don't care who you vote for. When you go in that booth, you go in that booth by yourself. Nobody is there with you. You go to that booth by yourself. Either it's Cornel West, Jill Stein, or Trump. Either or, whoever you went there to go vote for. Because the Democratic Party done already let you know what they gonna do. I'm gonna give you some money, okay? Okay, I'm your pusher, baby. I'm gonna give you some money. I'm gonna give you some weed now, okay? Come on now over here and get this money, okay? Come over here and get this money. Come get this weed, baby. I'm your pusher, okay? I'm your pusher, baby. Come get this money. Come get this weed. Both parties is a problem. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Both parties is a problem. When you look at the deficit, both parties is a problem. And this is why I tell y'all your local elections mean so much. It is not just the presidential. Your local elections mean so much because some of y'all senators ain't right. Some of your House of Representatives ain't right. I got one down here in South Jersey. He's not getting my vote. Okay? This is the uncomfortable truth. Both parties is a problem. But the only thing is that both of these parties are the cool kids club. So meaning if this is the cool kids club, these other ones that you see on the sideline, Jill Stein, Cornel West, because they're not the cool kids. If you give your vote to them, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Yes, you will make a statement. You will make a statement, but it's not going anywhere. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. But black women are coming in and saying that, listen, you better come get this money. Y'all stupid and foolish. You better come get this money. You better come get this weed. Oh, if it was me, I'd be trying to write down everything I need to write down and make sure I could get this loan. This is the problem that y'all all missing. Ever since C-19, a lot of Americans are still dragging and digging themselves out of debt. All of us have went through our 401k because they told us we can do it. A lot of us have went into stuff that we dare not to touch on a regular day, on a nice sunny day, especially your 401k. When income is not coming in and you have to make sure you keep your home. You got all these bills you got to pay and you calling everybody, and when they answering, they telling you, we know, we understand. We understand. We know what's going on. We'll give you some more time. And so now these people who came through C-19, most of our credit is bad. And so now we supposed to be going to get money from the government, where anytime you get money from anywhere, is your credit supposed to be ran? Your credit's supposed to be ran, right? Am I getting that wrong? Your credit is supposed to be ran. They got to run your credit. They got to run your credit, baby. They got to run your credit before you get anything. So if y'all paying attention, these migrants who coming in here, they don't have no credit. They don't have no credit. You know what happens? Somebody talk to them to go to Bank of America, TD Bank, and all this other stuff. Hey, Daniel, go to Bank of America, TD Bank, and all this other stuff. And they go get them a little small credit card, help these people out, get them a little small credit card. And what that happened, that helped build your credit. Capital One to do it too. Help build your credit. And so these people, when it's time for this money to come down, they will be the ones to get it, because by and large, Americans are in debt. Our credit is messed up since C-19. So these people who are migrants will surpass you. They don't have no credit. They don't have no credit. All they can put down is that they're working and this is how much they get. And people will go and help them build. Banks will give them loans faster than they will give someone whose credit is messed up. This is the uncomfortable truth that y'all missing. Anything that you have to do in the U.S., it got to be by credit. Your credit got to be checked. But you telling our brothers they stupid, they foolish, they don't know what they're doing, and they're uneducated and all this foolery and everything. This is what you're telling our brothers, and they're saying, wait a minute, there's some stipulations here. Because for me to get this loan, I need my credit ran. For me to get this loan, I need my credit ran. Most Americans are still pulling themselves out. I don't care what color you are. We are still pulling ourselves out since C-19. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. They have migrants buying houses without a Social Security card, allegedly. They just giving them some type of number. Gotta say allegedly. Even though I heard it, I got to say allegedly. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. Gotta say allegedly, because I listen, You can't get up here and say you saw it, you this and that. You got to say allegedly as a content creator. But the uncomfortable truth is that if you vote for anybody outside of the Democrats, you crazy. You vote for anybody outside the Democrats, you're crazy. You got racist talking points. How dare you? Your mama black, your grandmama black, a black woman saved you. The only thing that they having a problem with is that they were able to pass Barry by us. They were able to pass Barry by us by pulling by our heartstrings and having him sound like Martin Luther King. So this is how they were able to pull Barry. And if anybody spoke against his birth or who his father was or who his mother was, black men and black women came out and called you racist. Mind you, it was valid points. Where was he born at? Where did he live at? Where did he grow up at? But they find out all this stuff about the Caucasian presidents, though. They can tell you where the Caucasian presidents grew up at. They can tell you what school they went to. They can tell you what town they grew up in, all the families, everything. They can tell you about the whole entire family. But don't you ask Barry. Don't you ask Barry. Don't you ask Barry where his daddy come from. Don't you ask Barry where his grandma and grandpa come from. Don't you ask Barry if he was born with a silver spoon. You better not ask Barry where he was raised at. You better not ask Barry Santos. I don't even know if I said the last name right. You better not ask Barry. I'll be damned. You better not ask Barry. Barry ain't got to tell you where he from. Barry ain't got to tell you what school he went to. Barry ain't got to tell you where he get that jump shot from. Barry ain't got to tell you none of that. Because Barry look black. Barry black. Okay? He got the swagger like a black man. And he gonna tell you what it is and what it is not. And Barry is the same one who wrote his girlfriend a love letter saying that he had dreams of making love to the same sex. Allegedly. Same one who sat up there said this was our saving grace. We believed he was our saving grace. This is our saving grace. We cried. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. I cried too. I was crying. I was slain in the spirit. I was crying and everything. I was happy he made it into the White House. Yes, I was. I was screaming and everything. I was saying, won't he do it? Won't he do it? I was doing all that. Yes, I was. I was screaming and everything. But when we let feelings, hey Shamar, when we let feelings cloud your judgment, when we let feelings cloud your judgment, you will wind up in some foolery because you let feelings cloud your judgment. We voted for Obama because he was black, but we voted for his policies as well. But his hidden policies we didn't see. because nobody dug deep about his past. And if you dug deep about his past, you racist. Black people was ready. Oh no, he was born in America, this and that. You racist, you racist. No. His mother raised him here. You racist, you racist. Do you think if Americans really found out where Barry was raised at, aka President Obama, do you think if black people really knew where he actually came from, do you believe they would have voted for him? Do you believe if they would have dug in his history a little bit, do you believe they would have voted for him? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have voted for him. He had that Southern tone and Baptist swagger, but would they have voted for him? No, they would not. They would not. And so now, this is what we were told when Barry was running. He came from a poor family and he didn't have much and this and that. So everybody, all the heartstrings was getting pulled out. Mind you, he was born with a silver spoon. His granddaddy had money. You think his granddaddy let his mama and him suffer? Do you think the granddaddy let that happen? I think not. I think not. Do you think the granddaddy let them suffer? I think not. But they always clown Trump. Oh, his daddy left him this and that. Listen. His father made moves that secured their family. You can't be mad at a man that make moves that secure his own family, his own bloodline. Tell your daddy to work harder next time. If you get to see him in the afterlife, ask your daddy why he ain't worked hard enough that he give you a piece of his wealth and you turn it into an empire. That's the uncomfortable truth we don't want to hear. That is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. Barack came from a wealthy family. Kamala came from a wealthy family. Trump came from a wealthy family. But out of Barack mouth and Kamala mouth, you will hear, my family came from a poor this and that, because they're trying to connect with the black people in America. Mind you, all of us ain't poor. All of us are not on assistance. And if you are, I'm not bashing you. Everybody need help. Everybody need help now and again. And it's not just black people that are on assistance. There are so many other races that are on assistance as well. But not every black family get food stamps and welfare. Some have good paying jobs. They live in the suburbs. They have amazing vacations when they go out the country. Some live well. And it's a blessing when you live well. There's nothing wrong with that. You have secured the assignment and continued on with it. So we are to bash someone who their father did the right thing and hustled and made money and gave his son a piece of his empire, and his son took the Trump name and ran with it. So we supposed to bash him. Oh, because you was born with a golden spoon, we bashing you. But listen, Barack and Kamala wants to hide their golden spoon. Oh no, I had a wooden spoon. They show everybody. I had a wooden spoon. I lived hard. Anytime you want to resonate with black folk, you tell them, I put hot sauce in my purse. Anytime you want to resonate with black folks, I clean greens in the tub. That's when you messed up. When you said that greens in the tub thing, that's when you messed up. We knew something was wrong then. That's why you getting all this pushback, because black folks don't clean like that. We don't. We don't clean like that. That's how you messed up. That's why everybody was wondering. Because black folks, one thing about a black woman, if she has been raised properly, okay, as we cook, we clean. I'm about to go do that right now after I get off this live. As we cook, we clean. So anything I'm messing up while I'm cooking, I'm cleaning it out too. Because by the time dinner is ready, that kitchen is clean. Mind you, the kitchen clean already. But as I'm cooking, I got to make sure, because first of all, black folk, we don't go in the kitchen and start cooking if the kitchen ain't clean. We don't do that. That's nasty. We don't do that. Okay? We got to make sure the kitchen is clean first before we start cooking. That's what black people do. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. That's exactly what we do. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to drop somebody. Oh, Malik, you got him already. Wow, that was fast, Malik. Thank you, sir. So, this is the uncomfortable truth. This is what we do. So, when she said that had black people saying, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, I'm going to share something with y'all that some of y'all missed. Back in the day, in our grandmother's time, right? Back in the day, great-grandmother or great-great-great-grandmother's time. They used to have this metal tub. You didn't wash in this tub, though. You didn't do anything in this tub. Like, this tub was used to clean out food. You didn't wash. Nobody sat in here. They didn't put a baby in here. They didn't wash clothes in here. This tub was used, a little small, little round thing in metal. This would be to wash food out. Now, if she said that, if she said they used that, if she said that kind of, then we can understand, but she's not that old. She's only 60. She's not that old where she had to use that. And it would be outside. She's not that old. So what made you think to wash greens in the tub where the skin fall off? You put your nasty behind in the tub and everything. Who told you that made sense? That's where you messed up at. Now, we could have just gave you the black card like we gave Barack, because we didn't know anything about Barack. They made sure they kept Barry's secret hidden. So we didn't know anything about Barack. We just knew he looked like one of our cousins, or he looked like one of our uncles that can still dance and do the two-step and get down and stuff like that. So that's why we let him pass, because we didn't know that all that other stuff was secrets inside. So when white folks was telling us that's not a black man, we sitting up there like, you racist, you racist, you racist, you racist. This is what you believed. So when the bathtub came into play, this is how we knew that didn't make sense. Because there's a special tub they used to use. It wasn't a tub they washed anything in. It wasn't a tub that they washed clothes, that they put somebody in it, that they put a baby in it. No. That's how you messed up. That's how black women said, wait a minute, we don't do stuff like that. We don't cook like that. First of all, I would be scared to come to your house. I wouldn't even eat at your house no more. After that whole thing had went viral, I wouldn't even be eating at your house no more. I'd be so scared. This is why you have to be careful of who house you going to and eating food, because you don't know who's clean and who's not. Okay, be mindful of what you doing. And now they done got all the pastors together on social media. Some of the ones that's foolish, that's out here talking about they can sell weed on the church grounds and build weed farms on the church grounds. That's up here talking about, I don't know why black people don't want to vote for Kamala. You go sit down. You go sit down. We don't even look at you as high regard anymore. Please go sit down. You want to put weed plants on God's holy land, where his church is built. That's what you think. This is why when some of y'all say that y'all Christians, I shake my head, because there's no way that you could believe that this makes sense. There's no way you can believe that this makes sense. But black men are foolish and they're stupid and they're uneducated. This is what y'all believe, that black men are stupid. You believe this. You believe this so much that you even let other races talk about black men and say that they are uneducated and they're stupid and they don't know anything, and the deal that Kamala Harris is giving them, that they're passing up a deal of a lifetime, and you're saying that, oh, she gonna give you some money and she gonna give you some weed. You better get out there and get that money and get that weed. That makes sense to you. That makes sense to you. Black women, I'm going to say something that's going to hurt, and I'm in the same boat with you in this one right here. I am in the same boat with you in this one right here. How is it that we 80% baby mamas and 40% baby fathers? 40% baby fathers. Black men are 40% baby fathers. So who is the one that's really foolish? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Because we're getting pregnant by the same men that are not of substance. This is why you can go around and say your baby daddy ain't this and your baby daddy ain't that. Because you have met a man that is not of substance. And I ain't saying all black men that are baby fathers are bad. And I ain't saying all black women that are baby mothers ain't bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're evil and all this other stuff. I'm saying that common sense, you are 80% baby mamas. And 40% of these men who are Pookie and Rares were able to trick you. Even you educated ones with PhDs. But they are the ones that's stupid. Some of them don't even have children. Some of them know that their seed is priceless. Some of them know. Some of them know that they want their child to grow up in a safe environment. They want their child to grow up in a kingdom where they're raising them with their wife. But black men are stupid. That's what you believe. And you let other women from different cultures call black men stupid. But when Sunny addresses Caucasian men, when she addresses Latino men, she doesn't call them stupid. When she addresses white women, she doesn't call them stupid. But she brings up a nerve to call black men stupid. Mind you, when something bad happened, the first person y'all call is black men. But a lot of y'all women sit up here and say you don't need men as a collective. But when some danger happened, now you need men. I need a man. Now you need a man. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, through Super Chat, through Venmo as well. If you want to donate, you can shop with us. Our family business is called ubmracksfashion.com. The links are in the bio. So you will see ubmracksfashion.com. You will see Mercari. You will see POSHMARK. You will see eBay and the links in my bio. If you like the content, like and subscribe to the page. Share the content if you feel the content. Okay? Baby, you're going to get some backlash from my content, baby. My content is a problem. Okay? So get ready for that. Also, another thing too, if you want to shop with me doing merch on YouTube, you scroll to the top of my page, you'll see shop or store. Okay, you will see shop or store. Scroll up there, you will see hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, bags, all that stuff, baby. Hey, Shay, what's up, baby? So you will see all those things. Go check it out. Go check it out if you like it. And if you want to donate directly to me, Cash App and Venmo. I know I said that twice. Commercial time. Okay? Shout out to Amazon. If you want to shop Amazon for all your family needs, baby, go to my link in my description. Right under the title, you will see the link. It's the first thing you see when you open up the description. Okay, right at the top. Hit that link, baby. Go ahead to Amazon and rock out. Okay? Rock out for all your family purchases. Okay? As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualified purchases, baby. Shout out to Amazon. That's right, Malik. Shout out to Amazon. We gonna do what it do. Okay? We gonna do what it do. Also, guys, please do not forget, okay? Take heed to the message, and Miss O will be rocking out on Black Man Unfiltered Network on Thursdays. Okay? On Thursdays, and it is called Grown Ass Woman Podcast. We gonna do what it do, baby. We gonna do what it do. You hear me, honey? We gonna start some trouble, Miss O. Okay, people gonna be making content about us. But anybody who decide to make content, please tag me in it, baby. You can't just use my name and not tag me in it, baby. You got to tag us in it so that we can clip it, baby, and share it on our channels so we can get views too. Okay? So if you're going to talk about us, baby, make sure you tag it in there too. You hear me? Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered Network. Shout out to Miss O Show as well. Okay? Shout out to Embrace the Grace. Okay? Shout out to that sister. Okay, shout out to Lost in Translation Podcast. Shout out to Boss Man. Also, shout out to that young man. Okay, also, don't forget JT What We Know Podcast. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to Mona D. I saw Mona D in the chat. Shout out to Mona D. Okay, Mona D is something else, honey. Content is always fire. Shout out to Mr. He Said and Mrs. She Said as well. The Harris Tribe Media, always doing the damn thing. Okay, now, Boss Man said, I will be the moderator for you. Thank you, baby. We appreciate ya. And I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm done starting my trouble for today. My sisters, if you're listening to this content, when you see a black man, say good morning. Say good morning. Say, how you doing? Say good afternoon. Good evening. Okay? to have a nice day. God bless you. And if you have a husband, tell him thank you for coming home. Tell him you appreciate him. Be kind. Thank you, Malik. I appreciate you, one of my top kings in here. I appreciate you, sir, from the beginning. You have always been with me, even when you disagree with me, and I appreciate you. Much love to y'all all, and I pray y'all wake up. I pray you wake up. That's all I want to say. I pray you wake up, and I pray that you see greatness. That's what I pray for. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. Now, will I say we already have passed the time that a lot of foolery has happened already? Yes. A lot of foolery has happened already. But you can wake up from this foolery. You can wake up. There's a change that is brewing. You can wake up. Stop listening to doomsday. You got people telling you doomsday nonsense. Wake up. A change can come. It can come. But we have to be on one accord, and you have to stop believing that black men hate you. They do not. Vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not telling you who not to vote for and who to vote for. I'm telling you, vote for the one that fits your family best.